What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with another video. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the final race at the first round of the playoffs as we got a Chicagoland Speedway for the running of the Overton's 100 from Chicagoland Speedway. The last race we did, which was the second round, not the second race of the first round, the playoffs at Martinsville. And boy, how did that, there's just nothing I can say. Talk about going away from the plan. I thought that was going to be a really good race for us. A formal winner here at Martinsville, and we qualified 6th. On lap 1, it all went downhill, and on lap 1 where we got taken out by just stupidity, and then we fought to get one stage point, and then the stupid fail of not pitting. As you see, the qualifying race is live. And by the way, a note, that is Scrib driving for Mayo Coupe. That is not Mayo Coupe, that is Scrib. So so as you usually see him in the 48, just pretend. Use your imagination. But yeah, Martinsville, we didn't get the best. I don't know. That it goes to show you have to pay attention at all costs, because I forgot to pit, costing myself 2 laps down. We fought back to a P11. I don't know how, but we did. And we was running in the top 5. Top 5 lap times. It's just always pay attention to your surroundings. So not the race we wanted at Martinsville. Hopefully we can bounce back here with Chicago. And since we had such as we have a big accident, as Cam clips the apron, and I just go spinning. But as I was saying, we had such a nice big points gap from everybody else going into the round that we didn't have to blow everybody out of the water. We could have had a bad race or two, and that's what we did. We were good at Michigan. We got what? A second, like a 5th, and a 3rd, something like that. So, and with that, as we got 1 lap to go in the qualifying race, presented by Chipotle, hashtag cheap plug. I haven't really been paying attention. Oh, watch out! That's threading the needle right there, ladies and gentlemen, of Duck King and TG. As you see, Chicago is kind of a bowling track. Just full throttle and hope it sticks. And we do get only a 29.76, which I don't think is going to be that good. But then again, I'm really focused on just moving on to the next round and getting this round over with. And mathematically, all the number 37 Cottonelle Chevrolet Camaro has to do is just start the race. And we will be in the second round. If you want to see the second round, make sure you hit the thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on all notifications so you can see that second round, which starts up next week from Talladega, Alabama, at the Talladega Superspeedway. And then from Talladega we go to Sonoma, which I feel comfortable at. The new Sonoma, with stability off, that ought to be fun. And then Kansas, which we won at last. So, well, not Kansas, Las Vegas, where I feel really good about. So, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And then again, I appreciate everyone from sticking around and all that jazz. So, as I anticipated, we qualified pretty bad. 13 out of 17. If you noticed, Major lagged out in the first get-go. First lap. And now he's going to start shotgun. And all I have to do is just get into the race, and we will be locked in. And after that, we can just have fun with it. But Chicago qualifying 13th. I would like to be more up towards the front. But I mean, I don't know. It's whatever, really. I feel like we can get up towards the front. But it might take a minute or two to get up there. But we'll just have to see what happens here. As I'm just waiting on the race to get in. As long as the Cottonelle Chevy is on the starting grid, we will be good to go. And I just have to take the green flag. As the race is now live. And I have officially clinched my spot into the next round of the playoffs, which is nice. It's what I anticipated from the offset. Like, I figured this round 1 would be a tune-up in comparison to the other rounds. As we get a good start in the inside here. We're already up 2 spots. Major is already behind us. Screb. And Screb just destroys Cowboys. And then you see Cam in the wall. That is extremely tight. But Screb just destroys Cowboys and just dies. And then DJ is hitting the wall. We're going to get around him. So yeah, Screb and Cowboys make contact. We get around that. And then Cam and DJ both hit the wall. Just like that, I'm up to 7th place, and we've gained 6 spots on the field in 2 laps, which is really exciting. I mean, I've always felt like I've done pretty good here at Chicago. We finished 2nd here last season, and I felt like we had the fastest car at the end, but TG, who won that race and is beside me for 6th, just did a really good job blocking at the end of that thing. I couldn't do anything with it. And so I try to make an aggressive move on the outside, but it causes me a spot when Cam in the 62 gets around me. And also with Cam starting the race, he is now locked into the next round of the playoffs in that 62. As the 12th or 13th seed in the playoffs, that is a marvelous start for that 62 team. The team Randalls, cool. As we're gonna finally get around TG for P7. As I'm kind of just chilling back here in 7th at the moment. I figured I'd be more mired in the back of the field with me starting 13th. But this is pretty good. This is a pretty good situation. Trilogy is in 6th. Hits the wall, and we're going to get around him. Trilogy needs a good run in that 20 to ensure himself a spot in the next round. He's back to 8th. I do not know where TG was going right there. I think he tried to make a move, but he was just going nowhere, Chief, as Justin clips the apron while leading the race and loses talent and hits the wall. He goes from first to not even in the picture frame. Sad times. That's an F in the chat. But we do move up into the top 5, nonetheless. We got 12 laps here to do something. As we see Spank, who's had a really tough season, not winning a race. Hunty, Cam, and JWS. And I'm going to give a call to him in that 23. Really was one of the last people to get in. And it's just needs something to happen. He didn't race the first 2 events in the first round, so he pretty much has to win or he ain't moving on. And it's a good time. He's showing some really good speed in the early going. So as you can see here, this 4-person draft is really not making me good. So I decided to make a call, and I'm coming down pit road. So at Chicago, it really doesn't matter how the tire road's not really that important here. We get an 8.1 on 2 tires, that's okay. And you see Luke in that 7, he is in an interesting situation. He could point his way in or win a race, but if he misses the second round, that would definitely be the most shocking holdout of this, or the most interesting subtraction from the second round, considering his success late in the going. He was just as good as anybody. But as you can see here, we're right with TG, which is about where everything was. Before the tires, Mega almost causes TG to go sideways. We're just hanging on with TG, waiting for everyone to, waiting for all the sequence to eventually fire back to normal. And we have a spinner, I think it's Cowboys. And oh my god! TG just went for a ride. Poor TG just got killed. And as you can see, I think we gained some time, but it's not enough time to where I can do anything. I'm not going to catch the draft. 9 tenths back. You have to be around 6 to 7 to catch draft. However, if Cam runs that, I think his core is so tight right now. But him and Spink are in that draft. They ought to pull away from me. However, I'm kind of catching Cam here for the eventual 4th place. Sixth place, as we still have one person who hasn't pitted yet. I don't get a good turn 1, but we're catching Spank and Cam. Slowly but surely wins the race. And with this, that would be I think that was Trilogy. It is Trilogy. That's the last of the stops. However, talk about a call as I hit the wall and basically just give up my chances to catch Mr. Spank and Mr. Cam, because those two are now going to be drafted, and two people is stronger than one, as you might know. So that's a GG. But, as I was about to say, JWS is actually winning this race. He took no tiles, and that's him in the high line. He got out ahead of everybody, but yeah, no tiles. It's a bold strategy. I love it. You gotta be different if you want to win, but right now, this early in the race, I mean, you have to see what you got. So, he's just doing some trial and error at the moment. Stage points really ain't gonna matter to Mr. JW. So, I like it. We got 2 laps to go right here. I don't think it's really gonna help out Mr. JW. He was around 4th place, entering the pits, and now he's about to lose 4th to me, as I'm just catching him easily. 2 tiles is better than no tiles, and that was an easy pass for 4th. And as we're coming to the white flag, 1 up to go in stage 1, presented by Subway, #cheap plug. The draft of Cam and Spank are just OP for me to try to hang. And that's Hunty out there. And I think he's going to win, unless he screws up. He's going to win the stage like he is. Spank second, Cam third. Cowboys, that red number 1 behind Cam's going to be the free pass. I get 4th, and Major got 5th. So, that's good. That's good. And so me and Cam get stage points. So the 2 of us are officially locked in now. We will P's 5 and 6. Or no. We will P6 and 7. Yeah, P6 and 7. So the 2 of us are officially locked in. But, for us coming from 13th to 4th, I'll take that in a New York minute. So now we can race for fun and try to get the most playoff points as possible. So let's try to get some fun here. Stage 2 is now live. The inside line is OP, but we have a huge stack up. I don't know what that was, but Cam went down below the apron. I mean, Cam brought Major and Justin below the apron. That was just nuts. That was absolutely nuts. And that just proves why we need spacing on these restarts, because that can happen. One person's mistake can take out about 5 to 6 good people in one swoop. F's in the chat for everybody involved. I saw Cam, Major, and Justin were probably. But that's who I saw. Those 3 went below the apron. As now, it seems like a 4-person a quartet battling for the stage win. As well, it's now 3 now. As Trilogy clips the apron behind me and turns dead left or dead right into the fence. So it's a 3-person. It's a 3-person battle. Spank, me, and Hunty. And the plan, I feel like by now everybody knows that I am probably one of the more patient people behind the wheel. And that's going to be no different here. I'm going to be extremely patient. I'm just going to ride and ride and ride and ride until about 2 or 3 laps to go when they can't get back around and try to make moves. And there was a pit stop. I am thinking about going outside the box of half a can only. That's what worked the last 25% at Chicago. Because remember, season 5 was a 50% race. The 4th season was 25, and I did a half a can, and I actually beat Spank to the punch. I had smarted him as hello, Hunty. And that kind of goes against the plan. But, yeah, I feel like I've got a pretty fast Cottonelle Chevy Camaro today. Maybe. But, yeah, back in the 4th season, I did a half a can and no tires. And I won the stage, but it was way too close for comfort. I feel like I stole it. That's kind of what I'm going to do here. That's what I plan to do. But I'm going to give myself some more leadway. And I'm going to do that by actually trying to save gas a little bit. That's why I'm not being ahead in these packs. However, I am noticing that I'm getting a little free, especially towards the end of this run. As I'm just following Spank in the 22. Nothing really special. Am I running the fastest lap times? No. But is it stuff I need to do? Exactly. So we got 7 laps left. Actually 7 1/4 laps left. Still P2. Now we're coming to 7. And I'm gonna try to pit when the tank runs out. As I did not get a good turn 1 right though, because I'll lose talent and hit the wall. That's a fail. That is a fail. But we get a good turn 3 coming back down to the start finish line. We got 6 laps to go. Goodness gracious, that was loose. I'm just matching Mr. Spank lap time for lap time. And we are getting close to that pit window. And so probably going to come down even this time and next time, depending on the gas can. We're going to let Hunty go for second place. Because I don't want I would have given myself. I want to give myself some leeway coming on pit road. This is one of the harder pit roads to get on, as it seems like everybody is okay. We actually gave Spank a pretty nice shot. And a half cannon, no tires. Hopefully nobody else does this, but however, you're going to notice Spank does it and Hunty does it. And we are now third place. I am a second and a half, exactly 16 tenths behind Mr. Spank. And I think Mr. Spank is going to have this stage in the bag, unless something happens to the Pennzoil Ford. And then I'm just gonna... That was... Nope. That is just terrible. That was terrible. That is what you call... That is... If you ever want to see how the number 37 just has no lateral grip in turn 3 at Chicago, that was... We run this video about 30 seconds and just watch what I did, because that was terrible. And that pretty much kills... That pretty much killed my chances to win this stage. 2 laps to go. This thing is handling terribly. I'm having to let out of the gas so much. Don't hit the wall, but we hit the wall. The good news is that we're kind of gaining on Spank. But the bad news is, I don't think we're going to do anything with it. As Hunty has straight reeled down Mr. Spank, as we're coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go in stage 2, presented by Cottonelle, #cheap plug. I'm hitting every wall possible. Hunty just makes a power move and clears Spank. 4P1. And then Hunty's going to pull away. Why does he pull away? Because you're going to notice Spank ran out of gas. He is out of gas. Are we going to get him? Yes, sir. And we get P2. And Spank ran it just a touch too hard. He goes from first, coming out of turn 1 on the final lap, to third about 20 seconds later. And that's why I didn't want to lead that pack. Because whoever leads the pack is carrying the most momentum, carrying the most fuel, or not using the most momentum, using the most fuel. So, yeah. I had about a half a lap to 3/4 of a lap extra. And we got a nice second place for the boys. And so let's see if we can go win this race. This outside line is not going to be good. Unless the outside line gets a break, like what they did on the last time, where the inside line just has a complete breakdown and crashes, as we're going to have 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people pass me on the outside. We're back to 6th. TG's trying to make it 5, but I say no, as I think either Luke or Justin did not get through turn 3 good at all. Whereas I lose talent. We are now 3 wide with Major and TG. And I fall back to 8th. So 2nd to 8th on a restart because you're in the outside line. That is just stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. So we're about to find out how good this car really is as TG just loses talent and hits the grass. Yeah, but like I was saying, we're about to see how good this Cottonelle Chevy is. As we get a good momentum down the back, and we're going to get beside Luke, who needs to get as many points as he can to make it into the next round. Oh goodness, Trilogy. It's just scaled. He just scaled me to death. I need to get out of the gas just to let him in. And that's going to allow me and Luke to be side by side. And TG has joined the party for 6th place. As Luke is going to get away from us a little bit right here. Courtesy of the draft. And now me, Luke, and TG are off single file. So you have a guy in Luke who really needs to be desperate. It doesn't just... Well, he had to come down into us. The good news is that we didn't lose that much time. The bad news is we got hit. And so 20 laps to go. So we're about to see how good... Like I was saying, we're about to see how good this car really is. We're going to go underneath Luke. Try to for P5. He notices that we are there. He's going to give us the spot. And that is easy. We're up into the top 5. 19 laps to go. We get a great turn 1. That was just stupendous. I gotta run. Hello. Oh, we're gonna go 3 wide inside. And that was the best move of the race for me. As we go back to Applebee's for the 2-for-1 special. And we go from 5th to 3rd. And this Cottonelle Chevy is perfect. I didn't say it, but we gave it a slight wedge adjustment. Because it was a little free in the second stage, if you noticed. And we're going to get around major for P2. And now, we're back in the second. Spank is the leader. It is on like Donkey Kong, ladies and gentlemen. 17 laps to go. I am feeling froggy. And how I was saying, it's go time now. He's gonna go all the way down to the bottom, but I'm gonna resolve it for now. If it was lap 67, the gas would have been down, but on lap 51, not so much. And now with 16 to go, I'm having to make Spank do some perfect driving, as Major does a pretty nifty move on the inside. And we're going to lose some spots because I can't get down to the bottom. I'm going to lose 1 spot, 2 spots, 3 spots. So we go from 2nd to 5th in the blink of an eye. As pit stops all approaching us here. As since I was shuffled back and pit stops are coming literally within the in the next 2 to 3 laps. Or 1 to 2. We're just gonna ride it out as we're gonna lose talent, hit the wall. And Luke hits the wall. We got 2 laps. And everybody, well, just me and Spink are coming down pit road. As I get a pretty good entry. And I'm just hoping and praying this is a good pit stop because I've got a chance to win this race. This Cottonelle Chevy is on rails. And we get a 16.7. That is absolutely atrocious. An absolutely atrocious, just complete stupid pit stops. And look how much track position we're going to lose. Like, Spank gained about 3 seconds on it. 3 to 4 seconds. Trilogy, who was behind us by a second, it's now ahead of us by 2.5. I don't know where the hell Justin came from. That's just sorry. Absolutely sorry pit stops by the team. As it's probably a GG in the chat. And then these guys go, what? Oh, you go. Thanks. Whoever that was, and I don't know who that. I think that was JWS. I'm not even gonna lie. I think, and I was giving him so much praise for his good run oil, but I mean, dude, one of the first rules you have to know. Like, one of the first rules you have to know, give the other people around you space. I know that's tough coming out of the pits. When somebody is turning in, when somebody is going into a corner, like they're at the entry and they can't go up anymore to let you have room, you just gotta concede that 1 second on the track, hit the brake and just come back up later. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, honestly. I don't even care. But you can thank all of that. You can credit all of that to the pit stop we had. A 16.7 put us back there with all that crap. That's what I'm good with, all the crap. We would have been back half of the top 10, I think. If not worse. We would have been around 8th to 9th. 7th to 8th to 9th place on the track. And then we get caught up in that mess. And I'm not blaming him. He's just a rookie. He's learning, but come on, dude. Come on. But there's really much nothing you can do now. And I know someone's going to say, you could have gone high. No, I couldn't have. Because I was committed to that line. I was committed to that line on the track. Dude. I was committed to that part of the track. And yeah, you just gotta go. But I'm all by myself back here. There's 7 laps to go. You don't want to see me do this. The good news is I'm in the next round of the playoffs. The bad news is I think I'm gonna have a streak that we're gonna have back-to-back finishes outside the top 10. And this is my 4th season in the Cup Series, and I have not had back-to-back finishes outside the top 10. I don't think ever. So, you take the good with the bad. unless a miracle happens, we're gonna be not in the top 10. We got 5 laps to go. You don't want to see me do those. Something happened uphill. Scrub is spinning. I'm just going to go all the way down because I don't even want to deal with any of it. We gained 1 spot. Woo-hoo. But yeah, I'll see y'all in a minute. As I and Beckus were coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go in the race presented by BJ's Travel Center, hashtag cheap plug. We gained 1 more spot when DJ just did something, I don't know what. He came down I don't know what he did. It don't matter at this point. But, want to get a nice 13th place. 18.3... I don't know what Cam is doing, but okay. He gets... Did I say Luke win? Did Luke Riley win this race? We get 13th, but look at Luke! Look at Luke! Probably in a must-win situation, he gets the dub. How about them apples for you? Congratulations to Luke Riley in that number 7 GoDaddy Chevy. As this officially ends the first round. But once it ended on 2 bad races, 2 bad results. We didn't have bad finishes. Stage points, thank God for stage points. But the people that are going to get eliminated, or Scrub, Cowboys, Duck King, Mega Smote, and JWS. Those 5 have been eliminated from the playoffs down to the 13. The first race is at Talladega. Hopefully you're going to watch. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. Peace out. And I'll talk to you later.